We thank God for our drummer, Joseph, and Mark that Amen. We've been missing them beats. Can I get a witness in there this morning? And we thank God for Associate Minister Sister Doris Johnson for that first prayer. Amen. In Isaiah 34 and 16. Isaiah 34 and 16. When you have it, please say amen. Let us stand for the reading of God's word. Isaiah 34 and 16. Read these words. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Our thoughts are captured in these words. The best son. Why don't you say that with me? The best son. The best son. Amen. I always want to know long verses with you. Pastor threw a curve at you this morning. It don't take a lot to preach about God's word. He said, seek you out of that book and read, didn't it? Well, let's talk about this book. Yeah. See, in my process of studying and reading, I've always encountered books that professionals in the industry call the best sellers. Books that they have placed on the shelf. And many that have circled the world and they are labeled the best sellers. Many books. Sometimes there are 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, even 100,000 books, millions of books. But eventually the best sellers disappear. The books that's prevalent, the books that are on the shelf as the best sellers today, 2 weeks from now, will be difficult to find. Simply because they've only lived for a certain period of time. And they have to move aside for another book to come on the scene. The great books that we read now. Read it and enjoy it because it is amazing that after reading the same book a couple of times, it gets old. It is ready for file 13 of the bookshelf. Can I get a witness again? Because there is no interest anymore. But this book that I would like to share with you today, you can read it over and over and over and over again. Every time you read it, it gets newer and newer. I think you will agree with me that everything that you purchase, there is an owner's manual that goes with that purchase. If you buy an automobile, there's an owner's manual that comes with that automobile that's in the storage compartment or glove box, as we like to call it. That comes with that automobile. See, the manual will tell you everything about that car. What kind of gas to use, how much air pressure or PSI goes in the tire. And if you were going to be familiar with your automobile, you're going to have to read the owner's manual. I'm going somewhere with this. Pray with me this morning. Even if you buy a TV, there's a manual that comes with your television to tell you how to operate the equipment that you have just purchased. Well, there's also a manual that comes with the believers. Talk to me, somebody. It's a manual that you don't have to look too far to find. It has been here and it is still here, and the writing has not changed. It is the same today as it was yesterday. Say what you will or may say. But in the world in which we live now, we need a manual. Because we're living in a seesaw society with a somersault philosophy and a jellyfish morality. We need a manual. See, we're in an age now where we know more about bombs and bullets than we know about the Bible. See, where we practice more politics than we practice prayer. I can't get a witness in this room. See, we're in an age now where we've done a lot of switching from grace to grace. Yeah, from salvation to silver. From soul sex to science. From homes to houses. From what thus saith the Lord to what thus saith man. We need a man. Anytime you look at life now and discover scientifically the world is still round, but racially it's one-sided. Domestically it's crooked. Athletically it's in a hurry. Musically it is out of tune. Geographically it is beyond reach. Psychologically it is beyond reason. Morally it is low. Biologically it is lifeless. Spiritually it is cold dead. We need a man. And I just want to take a few minutes this morning and introduce this manual to us. It's the best seller. It is a book that has been ambushed from behind college desks, some from behind pulpits. Yeah. Snipers from foreign soils have tried to ambush this book. Our archaeologists and physics have tried to destroy this book. But the bestseller has been around to eulogize the funerals of those who oppose this book. I would have a witness in this something like this book. It is an unusual piece of art. It's amazing. It's so amazing that every time someone reads it, it changes lives. See, this book is called the bestseller. Around 10,000 events stand guard. This book, above all other books, as far as a river is beyond a reel in reach, as far as an orchard is beyond a twig in fruit bearing, as far as the sun is beyond a flashlight in brilliance. But this book is a living book. It is amazing how this book has done so much for so many. It is such an amazing book that it is books stacked in books. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There are 66 books wrapped up in one book. 39 books in the Old Testament, 5 books of law, 12 books of history, 5 poetical books, 5 major prophets, and 12 minor prophets. In the New Testament, there are 27 books, 4 books of gospel, 1 book of history, 1 book of prophecy, 14 Pauline epistles, 7 general epistles. There are 1,189 chapters in this book, 31,214 verses in this book, 776,480 words in this book, 3,566,485 letters in the makeup of this one book. Yeah. This book contains the mind of God, the state of man, the way of salvation, the doom of sin. See, but you have to read it to be wise. Yeah, you have to believe it to be saved. And you have to practice it to be holy. Talk to me, somebody. Yeah, it's a pilgrim's staff. It's a pilot's compass. It's the Christian's chariot. It's the soldier's sword. This book tells you the 3 stages that man was in. Generation, degeneration, and regeneration. You see, the world formed us. Sin deformed us. Prisons reformed us sometimes. Schools informed us. But only Christ can transform us. All of have a witness to get this morning. Yeah. It is an amazing book. Testament is centered around the foundation. The New Testament is centered around the superstructure. In the Old Testament, a sheep dies for the shepherd. But in the New Testament, a shepherd, talk to me somebody, dies for the sheep. You are having help in this house this morning. And so I'm just honored just to spend a moment discussing this book. What was the purpose of the book? Good question, glad you asked. See, the purpose of the book was to introduce to us Jesus. You see, without the book, you wouldn't know who Jesus really was. Without the book, you would know the will of God. You would know the way of God, and you would not know the work of God, and you would not know the word of yourself. And so this book is designed, the purpose is that we might know him. Somebody in this house, you also want to know him. You see, anytime a person will leave the bosom of his father and come down to a sin-cursed world, you want to know him. Can I get a witness in here? Because this Jesus, I tell you, he left comfort and came to condemnation. He came from favor to fury. He came from majesty to misery. He came from praises to pain. He came down for us. He came down for us to go up. And he came down for us to be a better Christian. You see, he became poor so that we can become rich. He became disgraced so that we may have amazing grace. I tell you, you ought to want to know him. And when you read this book, you get a chance to know something about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You see, the Father is behind us. The Son is ahead of us. And the Holy Ghost is in us. Donated at Bethlehem, hear me now, demonstrated at Calvary, but illustrated at Pentecost. You see, Bethlehem is God with us. Calvary is God for us, and Pentecost is God all up on the inside of us. I tell you, you ought to want to know him. And every time I read the Word, I get to know him a little better. And when I know him, I discover my insufficiency. I discover just how much of nothing I am. Because without knowing him, I would leave thinking I ain't somebody. But when you discover who he is and who I am, I tell you, I'm just blessed to know him. Because he don't even need to talk to a wretched like me. I will have some witnesses up in this moment. Because Romans said I was born in sin, shaped in iniquity. And we all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And the wages of sin is death. But the gift of God is eternal life. I deserve death. Just my sin alone is enough to put Christ on Calvary. Somebody here know what I'm talking about this morning. But when I get to know him, can I just tell you what I discovered? I discovered that he took red blood and put it on a black heart and washed it whiter than snow. Talk to me, somebody. When you get to know him, you discover what he did for you. According to Romans, it said that the Lord somehow he stood in my state. And he gave me his righteousness. And he took my wrath. And somebody asked the question, well, what can wash away my sin? And the answer will come back, nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. So the purpose is that I might know him. Well, what about the people of the book? Well, the people of the book are the chosen people. You see, from Abraham to Christ are the chosen people. And from Christ on is the church. I'm looking at a chosen generation. I'm looking at a royal priesthood. good. Talk to me, somebody. I'm looking at a peculiar people. And I need to tell you that you did not choose him. He chose you. Ephesians 1 verse 4 says that according that he had chosen us. Watch this now. That word chosen gives an inheritance. It meant that God acted by himself and he did not need to contact the board of directors to get permission to choose us. I don't think there's somebody. To tell you the truth, I wasn't worthy to be chosen. I should have been left out in the cold. Can I get a witness again? Because I was alone and I was a sinner too. But I heard the voice of Jesus saying that there's work to do. I took, please will I tell you, my master by the hand, and I joined the Christian band. And now I'm on the battlefield, and I'm working for him because he chose me. In other words, he came looking for me. I didn't have enough sense to go looking for him. I didn't know how bad I was. I didn't know the shape I was in until I met him. I always have a witness in here somewhere. He chose me. Yeah. Do I have anything about a house that knows you were chosen by God? You don't have to go nowhere with a hung down head and say, I ain't nothing and don't nobody love me. Because there is one that loves you no matter what you go through. Talk to me, somebody. He chose you. He chose everything about you. The voice you have, he gave it to you. The walk you have, he gave it to you. There he did. The complexion on your face, he gave it. Your mama, he gave her to you. Your daddy, he gave him to you. Where you live, God gave you that place to stay. The job you have, God gave you that job. Matter of fact, what you got, God gave it to you. What you know, God taught you. Where you are, God taught you. Thank God I'm chosen by him. Do I have a witness in here this morning? We are the people of God. I'm going to let you go here in a minute. And when you belong to him, watch this now, there are some special blessings laid up for you. Yeah. Can I tell you just a few? Yeah, Philippians 4:19 told me to tell you that my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. And you know what I discovered? That sometimes when you don't know, watch this, he will create a need. Oh, yeah. He will. See, sometimes God will supply. God said, I need to prove to my child that I'll be there for him. So he just creates a need. And you don't know where the need came from. Talk to me, somebody. Yeah. But God started moving your little toys away. Start moving the stuff that you thought you had to have. Yeah. Just have your hand out there all by yourself until you get sense enough to say, Lord, I can't take this no more. You need to come on and see about me. I can't stay in the storm no more. Anybody got to the point where you can't stay in the storm no more? Yeah. You will have two witnesses in the house that can testify that he will supply your needs. Doesn't matter what it is, if it's money, he can supply. If it's a friend, he can supply. If it's help, he can supply. Whatever it is, God can supply. See, listen. See, God don't just open the door. He is the door. Talk to me, somebody. He don't just make a way. He is the way. Can I get a witness in here today? Yeah. God don't just give you strength. He is strength. Yeah. God just don't give you a path. He is the way. Do I have a witness in here today? Thought I'd preach just a little bit today. You see, you're special to him. You mean something to the Lord. I know I'm special to him because he does so many good things for me. And when I get in trouble, he's right there. I ought to have a few witnesses in this morning. See, then I have to say, Lord, I messed up again. And he seems to tell me, I knew you were going to mess up. Yeah, but I saved you a long time ago. I knew when I saved you, I got it on the chip. How many more times you going to mess up? I got some mobile for you. You going to mess up again. But I promise you that if you love me, yeah, I'll get you through it. Yeah, I'll be with you. He said, I'll put goodness on one side. Yeah, I'll put Jesus ahead of you. And the Holy Ghost all in you. He said, if I love you enough to get you through the stuff that you put yourself into, if I love you enough to be with you whatever trouble's going on with you, you ain't got to worry. Huh? Do I have a witness again? Let me go on and get out of here. We are a special people. Do I have a witness again today? 3 young men got in trouble. They didn't have to get into this dilemma. Yeah, but the names were Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. We call them Shadrach, Meshach. Oh, country preacher sound a bad Negro. Yeah, down in a little town called Babylon. They refused to bow to the golden image that the king had set up. They had pre-warned that if you don't bow, you're going to burn. They didn't bow. They made a vow that they would not worship no other God. The king summoned that they be placed in the fiery furnace. And he turned the dial of 7 times hotter than it had ever been. I know it was pretty hot because the people on the outside got burned. And old preacher used to preach this sermon. He used to say what really happened was God came down with a Hosanna fan and fanned the furnace cool. But that's not really what happened. See, what really happened was God conditioned the men to stand the fire. Somebody here ought to know that if you're going through some things, God don't have to get you out all the time. Yeah, see, God can condition you to stand the fire that you're going through. See, all I'm trying to say is that the stuff you're going through, hear me now, this going to bless you. When the people of the world try to go through it, they can't make it because there's no spiritual condition. God says, I know if you're going through, but I need to tell you that weeping may endure for the night. But don't throw in the towel just yet, because joy will come in the morning time. I ought to have a witness here today. Yeah. I'd like to tell you that as I leave you today, that if you get bogged down in studying the book, just find Jesus. He'll carry you through the book. Kind of like this young boy who was just a little fella, about 4 or 5 years old. Got lost in the department store and misplaced from his mother. The department store called the security officer and they asked the young man, do you know your address? No, I don't know. Do you know your mother's name? Yes, her name is Mama. Do you know your phone number? No. Do you know where you live? No. There was an experienced officer. He asked, well, what's near your house? Little boy said, well, if you can get me to the street that just call me. When I get ready for them, they have an answer machine on the walk there, and a message that said, at the sound of the beat, leave your name, a number, and a brief message. Oh, praise His name. I've had church members say, you know, Reverend, I'm with you as long as you're right. That's all right when I die. What am I gonna do when I get wrong? See, you need more help when you're wrong than you need when you are right. Can I get one with this here? See, when you're right, everybody is with you. When you're right, hope you don't know will stand by your side. But when you stumble, oh Lord, you need somebody to help you get back on your feet. Oh, praise His name. There are some promises that the Lord made for those of us that get people. And I tell you about one. Isaiah 40:31 said, it says that they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, shall mount up with wings as eagles, shall run and not be weary, shall walk, oh Lord, and not faint. Matthew 28:20 said, He said, Lo, yeah, I will be with you. And I got a witness here. Lord, I know you'll be with me. He said, always. That means when I'm up, be with me. When I'm down, be with me. When I'm weak, be with me. And when I'm strong, the Lord will be with me. We'll have a witness here. And I'll tell you one more. He said, I will never leave you. Shake somebody's hand and tell them, neighbor, you'll get company today. Because the Lord will never leave you. He ain't gonna leave you. I know it's bad language, but I need to say it one more time. He ain't gonna leave you. Because He will. He's right by your side. By day and in by night. Thank God for this vessel. I'm glad this morning I can go to sleep at night. I don't need no security guard. I don't need nobody. I don't need to sleep with a gun on my pillow. I got something more powerful than a thing. I got something more powerful than a 357 Magnum. I got Jesus. He is down with me at night. And you know, with me every morning. We're having help in this house. I got to be in charge today. But thank God for this book. Thank God for this book. Let me tell you one thing. A little boy grew up in an atheist home. His daddy didn't believe in the Lord. But the next door neighbor took the little boy to church. And the Sunday school teacher taught the little boy John 3:16. You know when you start reading this book, it kind of gets a hold on you. If you don't get it the first time, keep on reading. Every time you read it, you will love it a little bit more. That little boy started reading John 3:16 all the way home. He was reading, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on Him shall not Everybody else taking time out to read the book. You taking time out to read the book. Turn around and tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, I read the book. Turn around and tell them one more time, say, neighbor, I read the book. I read the book this morning. It's the best-selling book of all time. There's not one book that has come on the scene that has outsold this book. This book is your manual for life. And you have a manual for your car and you read it to figure out how to operate it, haven't you? Why not read the book that is the manual for your life? Why not read that book that can tell you how to handle your friends that are acting a fool? Why not read the book that can tell you how to handle your family members that are not walking according to God's will? Read the book. Because it is the best stuff.